2 days and a host of races later, and it is now time for the finale for the inaugural Star Spangled Showdown presented by South Texas Speedway here with Team VLR as we get set to go 50 laps at Volusia Speedway Park. Over $3,000 on the line as the warm-up session starting to wrap up for these drivers. They'll be making their way to the starting grid very soon. 24 cars. I'm Ben Shelton, joined by Tommy Rowe. And Tommy, it's been an interesting 2 days. It all comes down to this 50 laps, dirt car modifieds, Volusia Speedway Park, and the cars are making their way to the starting grid.
A lot of laps have been spent around here at the Volusia Speedway Park the last 2 nights, but we're getting ready to stack them and rack them and go 50 laps. Caution laps do not count. 24. The best modified driver is getting set to go here. $500 to win. Over $3,200 from cash and prizes on the line throughout the field.
Over 100 drivers attempted to make this feature. Only 24 qualified for it. They are getting lined up now. Tell us who's going to be starting where in this 50-lapper.
All right, starting on the front row on the inside. He comes to us out of Asheville, New York, in that 127 machine. That'll be Blake Majulis. To his outside in car number 14, he comes to us out of House Springs, Missouri. That'll be Shad Prescott. Road number 2 on the inside in that 00 machine. That'll be Kendall Tucker. And to his outside in the 52, that'll be James Edens. Adam Elby in the Slam Lab number 74 will be back there on the inside of row number 3. And to his outside in car number 14, that'll be J.D. Brown. Row number 4 on the inside. And that Slick Racing number 2 machine, that'll be Dylan Hauser into his outside. And the VLR number 22 Dirty Grass Soul Driver, that'll be Kevin Deadman. Row number 5 on the inside, and car number 3 of the Team Friday HRE Motorsports machine. That'll be Shane James into his outside. In the 42, that'll be Jordan Casey. Row number 6 on the inside, and car number 12, that'll be the Canadian Alex Bergeron. To his outside in the 15, it'll be Mason Crawford. Evan C., he'll be on the inside of row number 7 alongside the 999 of Dylan Fox. Jacob Fields in the 007 machine will be the inside of row number 8 with Justin Thomas on the outside. Tyler Hudson, he'll be back there on the inside of row number 9, and the 01 machine to his outside. The 03, that'll be Dylan Thomas. Austin Simmelman, Jaron Moppin back there on the inside, outside row number 10. And we're going green right here out of turn number 4.
Blake Majulis with the whole shot. He jumps to the lead through turns 1 and 2. Shad Prescott, Kendall Tucker go door to door from the second spot down the backstretch. They'll race off into turns 3 and 4 coming around for lap number 1. The Star Spangled Showdown presented by South Texas Speedway. Lap 1 goes to Blake Majulis. Majulis, your leader, as he continues to work the low side of the speedway. Field 2 and 3 wide behind him early in this 50-lapper.
Top 3 right now spreading out throughout the field. Dylan Hauser holding on to the top 5. There's James Eden, Shane James, J.D. Brown, Alex Bergeron, Evan C. Now your top 10 drivers as they're pretty much single file right now, 1 through 5. Got to go back to James Eden, Shane James to find the closest side-by-side action.
Working lap number 3 off into turn number 3. Majulis leading the way, the New York racer. As you said, a lot of these drivers working the low side of a speedway. Expect to see this racetrack widen out. 50 laps, a long time around this half-mile oval. Grueling for these drivers. This is a very demanding racetrack and very technical. The more and more slick that it gets. And let's not forget, hey, these guys are on a 9-inch tire, so minimal grip compared to the late models and the sprint cars that a lot of these drivers are accustomed to running. Right now, Majulis having 0 issues out front. Your winner last night in his prelim leads the way out of this one after winning the dash here earlier tonight. Meanwhile, Shad Prescott in second, 8th to 2nd in that dash. That put him outside front row for this 50-lapper. They run 1 and 2.
And the wild thing, Kendall Tucker back there in position number 3. All these drivers right now on the fixed setup, iRacing default setup. And so it'll be all about the driver here, 24. The best driver is going around the Volusia Speedway Park right now in the modifieds for the Star Spangled Showdown presented by the South Texas Speedway. I want to thank those guys at South Texas Speedway for coming on board as the title sponsor. As we're coming around, we're working lap number 6 right now. Still 44 laps to go here at the Volusia Speedway Park.
Now, Tommy, if somebody's tuning in for the first time this weekend, you mentioned fixed setup. What does that mean in this iRacing game?
All of these drivers, all 24 of them, are on the exact same setup. There's no manipulating the setup here. Everybody's on the fixed same setup. The only thing that you could possibly manipulate would be possibly maybe the steering lock, which maybe some of these drivers running different wheels maybe will control how much their wheel can or cannot turn. Other than that, the gears, the tire pressure, the shock settings, everything is exactly the same on all of these race cars throughout the field. So it's all about the best driver as we work lap number 9 right now.
Well, the one thing that you can't deny, it seems like you had a bit of a high-speed freight train on the bottom. As I say that, Majulis pulls up the Speedway, and we've got a new leader now with 9 laps complete. Shad Prescott was just about to make the comment that it seemed like Majulis was holding up the train. He moves around looking for another groove, and he's going to fall back to second. Maybe further. Here comes Kendall Tucker, 3 wide for the lead off into turn at number 3. Last time around, Majulis could not get a bite on that top side. Will he get better traction this time? No, sir, he will not. He will continue to be second, 0.02 of a second behind. Shad Prescott is just like that. This racetrack comes to life, and we got 2-3 wide racing throughout the pack as it took Majulis pulling out a line to show these guys, hey, there might be a little bit of bite out there on this surface. We'll see who leads. Lap number 11, how about that? Back to the lead, Blake Majulis after losing it for 2 laps to Shad Prescott.
Good side-by-side action. Kendall Tucker pulled alongside to make it 3 wide. Thought different of it. He'll settle back into position number 3 with Adam Elby. Dylan Hauser in the top 5 right now. Great side-by-side racing right now for the lead. Still Blake Majulis at the line, coming around to complete lap number 12.
Majulis leads the way, completing lap number 12. Now Shad Prescott goes back to work on your leader. Kendall Tucker lurking back there in the shadows. He had a good run last night. Adam Elby in 4th. Dylan Hauser rounds out your top 5. Then it's James Eaton, Alex Bergeron, Shane James, Kevin Dedman, Evan C. That's your top 10. Working lap 14 of this 50-lapper. We've been caution-free so far here today at Volusia Speedway Park, battling for a $500 top prize in a Star Spangled Showdown presented by South Texas Speedway.
Alex Bergeron, good charger so far in the fixed setup. Started 11th, already up to position number 7. Evan C. started 13th, up to position number 9. Those 2 drivers have moved up the most spots right now, 4 positions, as we still have a great race up front. Kendall Tucker, he takes it to the top shelf of the racetrack over the outside of Shad Prescott, trying to power up to position number 2. Maybe more as he tries to work through the middle now.
3 cars duking it out for the lead as Majulis is coming under fire from Shad Prescott, as well as the 00 car of Kendall Tucker. Tucker, the Mount Airy, North Carolina driver, won in Server 2 last night. Now he's going for the lead through 3 and 4. He's got Majulis right up in front of him. Drag race back to the line. It's still Majulis, your leader. That time at the line, Tucker into 2nd, Prescott back to 3rd.
Shad Prescott maybe slid up just a little too much right there. Contact with Majulis, and into the wall is Shad Prescott and your leader, Blake Majulis. Heavy damage on that race car as well, and it collects a host of others down the back straightaway. Tough break for Blake Majulis.
Alex Bergeron, Shane James, all collected, and that was your 2nd and 3rd place runner. And just like that, we talked about that dog leg on the back straightaway where you're constantly turning and a little bit misjudgment, and you're in trouble. 5 good cars at least getting collected in that melee with 17 laps complete.
Kendall Tucker will benefit the most from that as he'll take over as the race leader. Dylan Hauser started up to position number 7. Already up in position number 2. Then it's Adam Elby, James Edens, Evan C. up from 13th into the top 5 now. Still a long, long way to go here at the Volusia Speedway Park. And we'll get set to re-rack them, restack them, and go back green. As we do have a quick repair here. One fast repair in the main event. These drivers, if they can drive it back to their pit area, can go back to the pits and get that car worked on and get it back out on the racetrack. So just because Shad Prescott may have been upside down, he is rolling out on the racetrack. He is going to the pit area to get that car repaired, and he'll be able to tag the rear of the field and try to work his way back through the field. Probably should have thought about taking, maybe that front row challenge, as he's going to have to do that right now.
And again, caution laps will not count in this 50-lapper, so we'll have to keep you updated by the scoring tower as we get set to get things back underway. As Blake Majulis giving an end-of-line penalty for that melee. Tough break. It looks like Shad Prescott giving an end-of-line penalty as well. 2 guys going after it, so it's like equal blame placed on those 2. A lot of other good cars collecting in it. But now Kendall Tucker out front, the North Carolina driver. In 2nd, Dylan Hauser, the driver of car number 2. He's been fast in this one. He's been kind of quiet so far, but now the Ocala, Florida racer finds himself in 2nd. And rounding out your current podium, It'll be the 74 of Tracy, California's Adam Elby. So how about that? North Carolina right now, Florida, and California, your top 3 cars.
It's 18 laps down, 32 laps remaining here for the main event as Kendall Tucker will lead him down into turn number 1 and 2. Hauser crossing back over down the back straightaway. Then it's a couple of Slam Lab drivers back there running 3rd and 4th with Evan C. in the top 5. Good race brewing for position number 1 right now. Kendall Tucker will come around and lead lap number 19.
The racetrack definitely widening out nicely as Tucker leads the way over Hauser. Back in the 3rd spot, Elby. Now his teammate Edens works his way up into 4th. Back in 5th, Evan C. C trying to make his presence known. 13th to 5th for the driver of car 33. We'll keep an eye on him as this race progresses as we work off turn number 4 with 21 laps complete.
21 laps down, almost halfway home here, a couple of laps away from being there. Adam Elby trying to close the door on Dylan Hauser, working down the back straightaway now. Elby will get a good run on the inside, up against the inside wall. Hauser will stretch it all the way out to the cushion, coming out of the corner, almost side by side, down the front straightaway. Still Kendall Tucker leads on lap 21.
That's officially 21 in the books as the drivers enter in the middle of the racetrack, let it drift up to the cushion off 2, through the dogleg, down the back straightaway, rocketing around this high-speed half-mile Gumbo Oval located about 40 miles due west of Daytona Beach in Barberville, Florida. And right now the Dirt Car Mods putting on a show here tonight in the Star Spangled Showdown presented by South Texas Speedway with Kendall Tucker trying to get his 2nd win of the event.
Mason Crawford slowly sneaking up into the picture back there, making that 3 wide for position number 5 right now with J.D. Brown and Evan C. Mason Crawford started back in position number 12, trying to move up into the top 5 spot, maybe even more, as we work on lap number 23 down the back straightaway.
Off into turns 3 and 4 continues to be Kendall Tucker, your leader. Now Dylan Hauser working that low line. He's got heavy company to the outside as here comes Elby. Elby trying to take away that 2nd spot. Elby inches ahead through turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Elby's teammate Edens works to the inside of Hauser. It's a Slam Lab sandwich, and right in the middle, it's Dylan Hauser in car number 2 as Kendall Tucker motors away from the field. We're halfway home. 25 down, 25 to go.
Big shout out right now to Dylan Wilson. He started back in position 23. Has already worked his way up to position number 11, looking for a top 10 spot over Tyler Hudson, who's moved up 7 spots into the top 10. But last year's Race for Hope 74 working on a hard charge towards the front as we work halfway home this time.
26 in the books, 24 laps remain as they work out a 2 down the back straightaway. And Kendall Tucker now with a 0.5 of a second advantage over Adam Elby. Elby started 5th, he's up to 2nd. Hauser rides in position number 3, he started 7th. J.D. Brown's climbed into the 4th spot from the 6th position and back in 5th now. James Edens, he started in 4th. Good racing throughout the field, but your leader Kendall Tucker putting about 0.05 of a second additional lead every lap on this field. His last time by was 0.6 of a second. This time he comes by. We'll check the scoring monitor. And it is going to be now it's 0.63 seconds, 28 laps complete. 28 down, 22 to go.
Mason Crawford, he's now moved up into the top 5, working on J.D. Brown. Crawford committed to the top of the racetrack and running the cushion right now. He'll move alongside possibly J.D. Brown into turn number 1. As I say that, he'll slide to his inside in turn number 1 and 2, work down the back straightaway. They're all nose to tail, 2nd through 5th right now down the back.
Seems like down in turns 1 and 2 you can move around a little bit more, but off of 4 pretty much everybody on the cushion. Once you head into 1 and 2, guys dart a few different directions. The top side of this racetrack is getting very good. Once again, we saw that earlier tonight in preliminary server number 1 where the top side kind of locked down for the final 10 or 15 laps. And look out, contact between 2nd and 3rd as Hauser got into the back of Elby. Somehow they're both able to save it, as I thought Elby was about to go for the 4-wheel free slide. He holds on to it, stays in 2nd. That allows everybody else to close in on him though, Tommy. Here comes the 14 of J.D. Brown trying to make that low groove work off of 2.
J.D. Brown working on Mason Crawford in that 15 machine, side by side for position number 4. Meanwhile, back up front, Kendall Tucker putting a hurting on the field right now. Just over a second is his lead over the 74 of Adam Elby, who's now strung out. Pulled ahead of Dylan Hauser down the back straightaway. He'll try to set his sights on the race leader and run him down.
Mason Crawford continues to march forward from 12th now up to 4th in car number 15 as they work out a turn at number 4. 32 laps in the books, just 18, make it 33 down, just 17 laps remaining in this 500 to win finale for the Star Spangled Showdown presented by South Texas Speedway.
almost a restrictor plate style race right now, from second on back to about position number 12, all nose to tail running right there up against one another right now. Anything can happen right now between second through about position number 12, where Bailey Cardwell is running right now behind Dylan Wilson, who now works his way up to the top 10 over Tyler Hudson, running that cushion now. Cushion is very dominant here with about 15 laps to go.
And the 14 car may want to think about moving up J.D. Brown, and he does, just as I said that down in 1 and 2. He'd watch the freight train go around him on the outside. We come back around with 14 laps remaining, and you're feeling pretty much content to ride nose to tail, but not in the conventional way. They're all tap dancing around the high side of this semi-banked half-mile oval in Barberville, Florida. Volusia Speedway Park, playing host to the Star Spangled Showdown presented by South Texas Speedway. $500 going to the winner of this one. And right now, large in charge out front, Kendall Tucker with a 9/10 of a second advantage.
Adam Elby trying to run him down just a little bit. It was just a second, just a moment ago. Elby slowly closing the gap. They're single file 1 through 5, actually through about 1 through 10 right now, maybe even more single file racing as we come around to 12 laps to go this time for Kendall Tucker, whose lead is dwindled down 6/10 of a second. So Adam Elby is closing that gap as the laps tick down.
He knocked 3/10 of a second off of that lead, that last lap. If he gets to him, can he make a slider work, though? Is there enough to enter low and slide up high? That top has been so good, and now we have just 11 laps to go, and that time by, Adam Elby is going to lose just a little bit of ground to Kendall Tucker as the high-speed line dance continues around the top of this half-mile oval.
Kendall Tucker may be thinking about it just a little too hard. Coming around to 10 laps to go this time. Adam Elby, Dylan Hauser, Mason Crawford, James Eden still holding on to the top 5. 10, Kendall Tucker still working the cushion very nicely here, as Dylan Hauser now knocking on the door for position number 2 over Adam Elby down the back.
It'll be single-digit laps remaining this time out of 4 in what has been an event slowed by only 1 caution, but it was a key caution as your second and third place runners got together. Ever since then, we have been green with just 9 laps to go, and they go 3 wide for the third spot back there as guys know it's time to make some moves. There's money on the line for every one of these spots, and you want to gain as much cash as you can in the closing laps.
Mason Crawford, James Edens, and Dylan Hauser working the top of the racetrack all right there together. Hauser holding on to third. Here comes Edens on the bottom of the racetrack. Crawford will fall back to 5th now as Edens works to position number 4, maybe more, working down the back straightaway.
Racetrack trying to widen out just a little bit, but a little too late as time is running out with just 6 laps to go, I believe. 6 to go, making 7 to go. 7 to go, the official word from the scoring tower. 7 laps remaining with Kendall Tucker out front. This race, 500 to win, 300 for second, 250 for third, 225 for fourth, and 200 for fifth. So as we said, every position picks you up a little bit more cash. Now 6 laps remaining.
6 laps to go for Kendall Tucker. He was runner-up in the VLR Sprint Fling back in April. Looking for that big win here tonight in the VLR Star Spangled Showdown with the Modifieds. He's got 5 more times around the racetrack to do it. Kendall Tucker in the 0-0. 1 second lead now over position number 2.
Well, right now, the Swindell Speed Labs 0-0 leads the Slam Lab teammates in second and third of Adam Elby and James Edens. Back in the 4 spot, it's Hauser, Evan C. in 5th. Laps ticking away in this one as they complete another lap. And I will say this, your leader's moved off the top. As you can see, the racetrack has changed, and he's moved down, working at the low side of both ends of the speedway.
Everybody's all the way went down to the bottom of the racetrack now, trying to make something happen as Kendall Tucker will come around 3 more times around the racetrack as Adam Elby and James Edens trying to close the gap within the closing laps. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to make something happen unless there's a caution, but nonetheless, 3 more times around the racetrack for Kendall Tucker in the 0-0.
They'll work out of 2 down the back straightaway. The advantage 8/10 of a second, almost 9/10 for your leader, Kendall Tucker. Back in the second spot is still Elby, Edens, Hauser C. That's your top 5. As we're down to just a couple of laps left to go, Tommy. And right now, Kendall Tucker's just got to keep that race car pointed straight, and he's going to be on his way to $500.
8/10 of a second is the lead. He'll come around out of turn number 4 this time. He'll see the white flag in the air one more time around the racetrack for Kendall Tucker in the 0-0 machine. He's shown the way pretty much from start to finish, and he'll go down the back straightaway for the final time.
Coming to us out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, the 00 car works off into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The inaugural Star Spangled Showdown winner presented by South Texas Speedway. It's going to be the 00 of Kendall Tucker. In the second spot, it'll be Adam Elby. Third will go to James Edens. Fourth to Dylan Hauser. Fifth will be to Evan C. That's how they'll round out your top 5 in this inaugural event, as the 00 of Kendall Tucker doing donuts down the back straightaway off into turn number 3 after picking up the inaugural $500 top prize.
Kendall Tucker started up, had to work his way around the top 2, who pretty much took each other out towards the beginning of the race, took the lead from there and never looked back, and took home the big win here tonight, the VLR Star Spangled Showdown, presented by the South Texas Speedway. And that's a crown jewel in his hat right there. Great finishes in the last couple of VLR crown jewel races for Kendall Tucker. And we'll get him into victory lane and have an interview with him in just a few moments.
Congratulations to Kendall Tucker picking up the win for the Tar Heel State. Adam Elby, James Edens, teammates come home second and third. But it's Kendall Tucker getting top bragging rights here tonight, as we will bring him into the interview room in just a second. And we'll get a word with your winner. We'll talk to a few of your guys there in the top 5, as Kendall Tucker picking up the win. And we appreciate everybody that's watched at Team VLR as well, as we'll bring Kendall Tucker up into the room. And he's been added, and it's official, out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Kendall Tucker, you are the inaugural Star Spangled Showdown winner presented by South Texas Speedway. How excited are you right now?
Man, I mean, the only thing that really could have topped off last night, man, we're just doing this right here tonight. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I mean, this has been a long time coming, just running a lot of money races here, and just gotta take your licks on here sometimes. You just gotta figure out what you need to do to win. You know, I mean, that's the big key. Just race as much as you can. You know what I mean? So I just had a loss for words, really.
Early in this one, you watch Majulis and Shad Prescott. Those guys were battling it out. You're right there with them. And it seemed like you got clear of them at the right time, because those two got together. And then after that, you were never challenged again.
Yeah, I knew I was going to have to buy my time right there. I mean, Majulis and Shad were racing each other pretty hard. You know, I knew it was about time to make a move happen right there. And about that time they started battling, man, I just sent it up top. I was just waiting, let all the crumbs build up there. So just once I saw an opening, man, I went for it, and thank God I did. I about got clipped, I'm pretty sure, coming when Shad was coming across the track right there. But missed that, man, and just got out front and just trying to be consistent lap after lap. My man, Rusty Kruger, again, he done a phenomenal job, let me know where I needed to be. And like I said last night, putting all my faith into him, you know, just running the line that he was telling me to run. And it wasn't taking me no time to figure out what I needed to do and how much thought I'll input, man. And once it went down to the bottom right there, I was honestly happy. I was ready to just ride around for a little bit.
How nerve-wracking was it being the leader, even with getting told by your spotter what to do? How nerve-wracking is it to be the leader for that many laps, especially caution-free? Do you start questioning where you're at on the racetrack?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on these fixed setups, man, I mean, the track can change. I mean, literally lap to lap. I mean, me and LB were running the top right there, and I was probably a half a tenth faster than him consistently, and he stuck it down at the bottom, and it was a whole tenth faster. So, you know, I mean, I know they say all these mirrors and stuff, you know, but I mean, I don't even run one anymore. So, I mean, just got to thank Rusty for doing what he did, man. I was putting all my faith into him, like I said, and I can't thank him enough.
Well, Kendall, who would you like to thank for your performance here tonight?
Yeah, first of all, I got to give a big thanks to all the guys at Swindell Speed Lab, man. I mean, to bring this home, we've been trying hard in the Pro Series so far. Cannon was able to snag a win. You know, we've had some tough luck, but I mean, to come here and win both nights, man, it's pretty special. And this one goes out to Kevin. Just big thanks to Kevin. You know, this win was for him. And I think CBD Wiser Organics, Bell Helmets, iRacing iFlag, Jeff Brown, he does a great job, man. I mean, he got me into this race tonight, so we come out $500 richer. So I mean, it's just kudos to him for getting me here, and just gotta thank Jim Emery with Superman Graphics. I'm pretty sure we got the broadcast issues separated, situated out today, so I'm glad that thing was on there, man. Just Ben, can't thank you enough, and Tommy, y'all do a great job. I can't wait to go back and watch it, and just really gotta thank all the guys at VLR, man. Just putting these shows on, man. I don't care if it's $10 to win, $500 to win, or $3,000 to win. If you can win a race right here against these guys, it's pretty special.
Well, congratulations, Kendall. We cannot wait for the next big money event to see if you can throw your name back into the hat once again.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, Kendall Tucker, your winner here tonight. We're going to bring up second place finisher Adam Elby. Elby driving a great race tonight and comes home in the second spot. Well, Adam, you come home in second. It looked like at one point you might be able to reel in the leader, but racetrack got kind of narrow, and then at that point you and your teammate, James Edens, had a heck of a battle, and you weren't able to advance any further.
Yeah, I felt like I was running in Kendall there when I found the top of one. My spotter, Blake Cannon, was helping me out a ton, and I think Kendall's spotter was helping him out too, because I saw him move up there a few laps after, and I was kind of reeling him in, and then James was coming on the bottom, and he was coming fast. Blake said you got to get down there, or otherwise he's going to get by you. In this corner, so just no hesitation, went down there and was able to keep him behind us. So I think he was faster those last few laps. James is always really good when it's bone slick like that.
Well, come away with a second place finish in that. No shame at all. Who would you like to thank?
I got to thank my guys over at Swindell Speed Labs. They give us great cars, and I got to thank Blake Cannon for spotting me. It was a huge help. Don't think I would have ran second if it weren't for him. I got to thank our sponsor, Bell Helmets, Wise Organic, South Bay Partners. I got to thank my girlfriend sitting here behind me, watching and supporting me. Family that's watching, all the fans. It's a great thing that VLR is putting on, and you guys for broadcasting. I think it's a great platform and seems to be a big hit. So I can't thank you guys and all the fans enough for being a part of this and giving us something to do.
Well, congratulations, Adam. Great job tonight, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thanks. Take care.
All right, we'll bring up third place finisher now, James Edens. So he comes home in the third position after a great battle with his teammate Adam Elby. And James, man, I tell you what, if you take Kendall Tucker out of it, you had a fantastic battle with your teammate for second. Come away with a podium finish. Not a bad weekend at all for you.
No, it wasn't. I just kind of rode around there and about fifth or sixth up top, and I think I was the first one to find the bottom and picked off a couple of them guys, and then Elby just got down there in front of me and kind of slowed my momentum and kind of rode around and held on for third there.
Well, California comes home second and third. Nothing wrong with that. Who would you like to recognize for helping you tonight?
I just got to thank all the Speed Lab guys. We had a podium sweep there, and then all the sponsors over there, and VLR for putting on this race, and you guys for covering it.
All right, well, we appreciate it, James. We'll see you at the next one, and again, great job the past two nights.
Thanks, sir.
All right, going to bring up now Dylan Hauser as Dylan comes away with a top 5 finish. And Dylan, tell you what, man, at one point you kind of snuck into the top 5 there, and I thought you might have something for him. Racetrack got a little bit narrow from the driver's seat. What did you need if you were going to get to the front?
A better driver. I mean, that's what it was. I'm just not good enough in the modified, honestly, to compete with Kendall and James. But good run. I'm happy with fourth. I impressed myself. I was just hoping to make the feature, and we're happy.
Very challenging racetrack tonight. It changed. It seemed like maybe if this race had been 100 laps, it may have been really racy toward the end. It was top dominant, then it went to the bottom. How tough was it as a driver to be patient?
It was tough, but yeah, like I said, if we had like maybe 25 more laps, the bottom would have been good, maybe the middle. I got my eyes ripped out by Edens down there, and then I moved down there. I was like, oh, it's pretty good down here. So, yeah, track was racy at the end of it. They fought trying to find the right track state all night long, but they still didn't get it right, but it was decent.
Well, Dylan, you come away with a top 5 finish. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank Slick Sim Sport, our new team. Like us on Facebook, and Down Under Graphics, and all my teammates. I appreciate you guys.
Well, great job to you, and we'll see you at the next one. Maybe get a few more spots further up and be talking to you in Victory Lane.
Hopefully a late model. We just got to stop getting DQ'd. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I ain't making no promises.
Understood. Keep it legal, and we'll catch you at the next one, Dylan.
Later.
Great job, man. All right, final person we're going to talk to tonight, Evan C., as Evan comes away with a top 5 finish. And Evan, you were another guy that kind of looked down, and I looked down, and all of a sudden you were in the top 5, kind of came out of nowhere, and you had to start back in the pack a little bit. So to come away with a top 5 finish, how good did that feel?
Yeah, it was nice to be able to come up through the field. I got involved in that one wreck earlier on. I don't know how I made it through it, but I was able to keep on going and get a nice top 5.
A lot of guys had trouble advancing many spots. I think you picked off like 8 cars, so nothing wrong with that. Great job tonight. Who would you like to thank?
It's Team Verilar for putting on this show. Full Throttle Performance, Kevin Dedman at Dirty Grass Soul, Capron Screen Printing, and CI Performance, and also Super Moon Graphics for the mod paint.
Well, definitely had a great looking car and you did a great job this weekend. We'll see you at the next event.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, so there you have it, Tommy. Another big event in the books, and not quite the blockbuster finish we've had for some of the other races, but still some great racing top to bottom throughout the weekend, and so many great people. We want to thank South Texas Speedway, iRacing, iFlag. You and I have to give a giant shout out to Trevor Brownlee. He's done a great job on the cameras and the production room, giving us keys in our headset. It's been a lot of great things, and it's been a lot of fun. Hope you've had as much fun as I have.
Absolutely, Ben. It's definitely been a pleasure to work with you up here at the booth. Trevor as well. He's been awesome on the cams for his first time ever doing it and doing it for this big of a show. Great job, Trevor Brownlee, on the cameras here tonight in the production. And great job from Team VLR overall. This is a great, fun event to call. Some of the best drivers on iRacing. Couldn't get better than what we had here tonight. And look forward to doing it once again in the future, bud.
Absolutely. Well, again, thanks to everybody from around the world that tuned in and watched this. If you're watching this time, we hope you're racing next time. On behalf of myself, Ben Shelton, Tommy Rowe, signing off from the inaugural Star Spangled Showdown presented by South Texas Speedway, your inaugural winner, Kendall Tucker. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay
Boy, these iRacing iFlag cars are fast tonight.
You know, Todd, I guarantee you, Brown, Leonardi, Weaver, Capert, and Pena are all using them products on their sponsor tonight to give them the upper hand over the competition.
Well, how can I get fast like those guys?
Well, that's easy, Todd. You gotta head over to iRacingIFlag.com.
Diesel engine oil has changed, and Schaefer has got you covered. What'd you expect? We've been doing our thing so you can do your thing since 1839. We've helped pioneer friction modifiers, helped pioneer advances in synthetics. We go so far back, we even helped the pioneers. So, new diesel oil standards? Yeah, we got this. Introducing our new SynShield CK4 and FA4 heavy-duty oils, developed by these guys, our guys who know their stuff. They've been burning the midnight oil to bring you these new oil technologies for years. Next-generation oils that deliver like only Schaefer can. Durability blends that take you to extremes and back. OTR formulas that keep you rolling longer for less. More driving, less draining with our Max MPG oil. And an ultra performance oil that lets you put a foot in soot like nobody's business. More miles, greater protection, lower TCO, Schaefer's quality. Yeah, that's the stuff. Diesel engine oil may have changed, but Schaefer, we've been preparing since 1839.
And we're getting ready to go for the largest paid race in iRacing history.
13 different states, 2 different countries.
25 of the best, $3,000 on the line. Driver from Glenbula, Wisconsin, and the D1RT Supermoon Graphics. That'll be Dylan Fox. And the pace truck makes that hard left-hand turn, and we are underway with the 12th annual Spring Fling. Pick it up side by side for the race lead. It's Leonardi. He powers up to position number 2 on the outside.
Leonardi's going to throw a slider through turns 1 and 2, up to the fence. Look out, Vince gets into the wall. Looks like he is upside down, and the caution waits. Heartbreak City. Alex Bergeron from 25th to 10th. We'll keep an eye on car number 12, as now he goes up to 9th.
Dylan Fox, he's just taking it nice and smooth, very easy around the Knoxville Raceway.
Off into turns 3 and 4, final time. The winner of the 12th annual Schaefer's Oil Spring Fling coming to us. It's Dylan Fox in the 999.